Sunday, July 11th, back for more. 3:30 staff or course room break. See what happens.
She did not die of an embolism.
This guy is testifying that he's part of the 2.5%er.
Yeah,
Why? By showing pictures of
deny
truth?
this.
Pictures of
Deny that
truth?
these are lesions on her face.
Oh,
Deny
man.
that these are bruises on her body. Why don't you deny that this guy had the skin boiled off his body in the Fort Harrison?
This is amazing.
Or that this
Why?
woman Scientologist died
You're
because
OT6.
guys
You can
took away-
confront
That's
this.
a big joke. Laugh.
Are you a former
Ha,
staff?
ha.
Are you a former
She's
staff
dead.
member also?
She's dead. Ha ha.
Are
Keep
you a
laughing.
former staff member
It's a real
also?
joke. Aren't you the guy that was going to get back?
No, he's answer his question. He asked if you're a former
I'm
member.
not a former staff person.
So what do you know about Scientology?
I know a lot more than you do, which is I know these people are dead.
What do you know about Scientology?
It's a dangerous cult. That's all I need to know.
That's too
But
bad.
you got the enlightened
Look at.
truth.
Does that look like a pulmonary embolism?
That these aren't in fact holes in her body and these aren't bruises because you're so smart.
Does that
Weren't
look-
you the guy that was going to get back to him on Rex Fowler shooting somebody in the face? When did you go in? When did you get back to him on that?
Did you ever get back to me on that?
I had no obligation to get back to you on anything.
Well, you said.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, brother, man. All right.
Have you ever seen these pictures?
Embolism.
These may not appear in the
Don't pay
Scientology
attention,
magazine.
'cause you don't want to listen to the truth.
Hold on a sec, will you? These are the pictures of Lisa McPherson and how she really died. When I was on staff for Scientology,
Well, how did Scientology affect that?
she had a nervous breakdown, and the Scientologist took her out of a real hospital and tried to nurse her back to health, and that's what she looked like after she died.
And these are some other
What's happening?
Scientologists.
So you thought she died of a pulmonary embolism, didn't you?
These are other Scientologists who got it. That's just got the skin boiled on his body. It's all lies.
It's all a lie.
It's all big lies.
Anybody who is disturbed
It's a big
enough
joke.
to want to promote this kind of stuff publicly.
I don't.
Anyone who's disturbed enough to want to cover it up. Anyone who's disturbed enough that would want to cover it up.
Any rational person listening to you and looking at this would say, and why? What purpose does this serve?
Is it your OT8 powers at work there? Are you handling me right now?
What purpose
The
does this
purpose
serve?
is to make you guys take responsibility and admit you did this to us.
This is what you can't confront right
This
here.
is what you did to a human being.
No, that's not awareness.
You did
That's
this to a
that's
human
called
being.
propaganda.
No,
You see,
it's called.
You can't
awareness
crawl
is
away from the
what
fact you're
is-
dead.
What is a logical conclusion to your own sanity and your well-being?
Oh, that's right. She just died of an embolism.
See?
It was just an embolism.
And she was a Scientologist, that's fact.
And these are.
What's the connection?
I'm saying.
Connection is,
You're talking about awareness. What's the connection between her being a real person and these pictures he's showing?
if that's
Where's
her
the causation?
causation.
See?
I
You see?
think they're trying to say Scientology.
They're
has
trying to say there's no causation. You see?
What do you mean?
There's no
These are the
causation.
autopsy
One
photos.
thing leads to another. And is he saying it?
These are the autopsy photos of what she looked like after she left your care.
What's the causation for this guy having the skin boiled off his body?
Did you call the cops earlier, sir? I saw you sitting across the street.
What's the causation for making this guy look like a boiled hot dog? Your cult did that, sir. You guys killed these people.
And the
Don't take
purpose,
responsibility for
the
it.
purpose is to make you confront that which you cannot thus far.
Oh man,
You have no ability
You
to
got to be
confront.
kidding.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
You can't even confront Rex Fowler. You told this man you were going to get back to him, and that was months ago.
You've got to be kidding.
I'm not kidding. I heard you say it on the video.
You got nothing, Clyde. You got
The
nothing.
ability to lie and not confront
No,
is a joke.
once I saw the video on Anonymous and I saw what your stated purposes are, I'm giving you two considerations, even treating you respectfully.
Why didn't you treat her
Your
respectfully?
goals are Hitlerian.
This is not a respectful.
Oh, here's your problem. Here's your problem. You're generalizing.
No, I'm
You
not.
think because you watched an Anonymous video that you got everyone all figured out in Anonymous.
No, I'm not. Because you represent yourself as being anonymous, and your stated purposes, when you compare them against what our stated purposes are.
What are our stated purposes?
Huh?
What are our stated
Stated
purposes?
purposes are to bring about a total anarchy with respect to any group that represents itself to help mankind.
Is that right? That's what Anonymous is?
You're against that point of view.
Is this the video that you saw?
Yeah.
Oh, what video was that, by the way?
That was a YouTube video.
Yeah, well, most videos are YouTube videos, but which one in particular are you referring to?
Well, Sylvia has all that specific.
Oh, I see. So you saw an Anonymous video where we're basically we want to take over the world with anarchy, and
No,
we're
you
against
don't
we're
wanna
against
take
health
over the
groups.
world. You just want to discredit any organization or anybody
Yeah.
that exists to help people.
Can you give me another example of a group that we try to discredit?
Huh?
Can you give me an example of another group that we try to discredit that helps people?
I haven't bothered to do the research on it because
You haven't bothered to do the research, Clyde. You don't care. There's your problem.
That's why we're here.
That's your problem right there.
You don't
No,
care.
I don't care.
You're too lazy to do the real research.
That's the real reason we're here.
You eat up the propaganda that you're fed, and you act like a robot in real life. So here we are. Double arigato, Mr. Roboto.
I can dismiss what you represent at the first level.
Yeah.
It just represents her. And you know what?
Hey.
The fact that you would even laugh about it, whether you
know
agree
what?
with it or
You know
not,
what?
whether
See, if
you
you know
agree,
anything about Scientology,
whether you agree with it
if
or
you know
not,
anything about Scientology,
whether you agree with it or
would
not,
know none of that
whether
is true.
you agree
Hold on
with
now.
it or not, the fact that she is dead is not funny.
You know, your whole motivation has got to be questioned.
The
You
fact
don't know
that
anything
you're
about
laughing at a
Scientology.
dead
Try not to talk over each other,
But
guys.
yet you are out here arguing
Would you not?
vociferously
One at a time here, will you?
and loudly,
Oh, you're
making
not?
no point.
You're not?
I'm just,
I watched you bold-faced
you
lie
know,
to people
I got to
on
be able to
videos.
talk to you.
Whether you agree with it or not, the fact that she is dead is not a joke.
See, the curiosity is that Scientology explains to me people like you.
You mean the same L.
You
Ron
see?
Hubbard whose son that committed suicide to get away from him, Quentin? The same L. Ron Hubbard's other
See,
son who disowned him?
you have gone to
This
the
guy
internet
knew-
or whatever
this guy-
source
this guy-
and gotten what makes you happy.
This guy...
The same for you, though, sir. You subscribe to this ideology called Scientology,
I am on course every day.
but you don't think for
And
yourself.
I-
Someone
and I
asks you a
think-
question,
and
and
I
you think to
do
yourself,
think for myself.
what did L. Ron Hubbard say about this subject? What did L. Ron Hubbard say about 1.1 on the tone scale? You
Well,
have this installed ideology that you refer to constantly in order to look at your
he said-
environment and try to explain it all.
To handle anyone who comes at us in a negative way,
Right?
in any way we see fit.
Say
And
again.
in your case...
Hold on
you
one
run
second.
away
One
from
second.
it.
One
Any
second.
way
Say it
we
again.
see fit.
Say that
To
again.
handle you,
Okay, so what do you see fit?
okay?
Call the cops on
Well-
bogus claims? Fair game people like Paulette Cooper?
It's all funny.
You don't. You're clueless, aren't you? That's the sad part. I think you do mean well, but you're completely clueless. You don't know about the Guardian's office. You don't know about the same sort of people that said the same sorts of things for years and years. That they'll deal with critics any way that they have
You
to.
are stuck in time, my friend.
No, I'm
You're
quite.
handling
It's July
people any
11th,
way you
2010.
see fit. That's why you got people after you.
Totally stuck in
It's
time.
July 11th, 2010, about 3:45, when all your course students should be coming out, and there's no one. There's no one coming out. What that tells me is that your org is empty.
Sad.
And it's because of people like you that don't question anything and just follow it blindly. You think you're having wins, and yet here you are, been protesting for 2.5 years straight. You're the fastest shrinking religion in the world, and yet all you know is the propaganda that you're fed, and you think everything's all fine and wonderful. Because look at our beautiful building. Everything must be okay.
Were you checking your watch to see if we're in present time?
No, I have a meeting that starts in about 10 minutes.
Yeah?
I want to make sure you guys don't run them away.
Oh, we'll be here.
We'll be here. We'll be showing them this. We'll
Yeah.
always be
If they run away, that's them doing it.
No, it's you scaring them
No,
Oh,
if they get
yeah,
scared,
the truth does that
with this
sometimes.
yeah,
propaganda.
the truth is scary sometimes, Clyde.
People who aren't informed, just like that young man that was here, you know, he's making a conclusion and he didn't even think about causation.
Oh, it's like you watching an anonymous video and going, I know all about your group. You're against every group that tries to help by watching a single video that Sylvia Standard gave you.
It's the practice and the application, you see.
You're so,
What proves
you're
it.
just a robot, you know that? You're a robot.
Cockroach bites,
You
puncturing,
just say anything. Say anything. Blah, 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 blah.
That goes for you too.
No, it doesn't. I choose my words carefully.
You know what's really offensive is that you guys lied for years and said she died of pulmonary embolism. There's nothing wrong.
And you laugh, Clyde, but that's what they told me when I was on staff. Does that look like a woman who died from a pulmonary embolism?
You guys are incredible.
Where did
Yeah.
these puncture marks come from on her nose? Where did what appears to be a burn in her arm and a hole in her back?
Can't confront that, can you, Clyde?
How does somebody get cockroach bites in the technology mecca of Scientology? How's that possible? Are cockroaches a part of your technology?
I don't think the introspection rundown worked for her, did it? Because here she is dead with bug bites.
And this is a classic case.
Show this picture to her walking, this Lisa McPherson side. That's Lisa McPherson.
Died of boiled skin. Look it up.
Look at Lisa McPherson, ma'am. Look at her autopsy photos. You'll never see that in the church. They won't show you.
But don't listen to us because we're liars. You can only believe what the church says.
In fact,
In fact, you're going to go run inside and hide.